When I had 17 years old, there was a story that I used to get from our elder. They would keep on telling me about my grandfather fighting with the old government, fighting the ownership of the land. Unfortunately, the community were scattered. The game reserve, when it was established, we started to realize that nature conservation can also happen for black community as well.
Can you imagine if here in South Africa we have no longer any one of the big five? What was affecting our grandfathers, I don't want to see it affecting my child. When we were starting to build Somkhanda Game Reserve, there was no big five. %90 of tourism which are coming in South Africa, they're coming because of the big five. In particular, the lion.
The community leadership were immediately into the idea, wanting to have lion in the reserve. It became a symbol of the people of Somkhanda, the Gumbi people, have actually returned. So it became very spiritual with the community themselves. First we started with black rhino, brought all the other species in, and at the same time started to develop a bit of a tourism product, but knowing that it's not really going to amount to much until we've got a big five reserve and a real draw card for people to come to this area. This morning when we woke up, you could hear the lion roar. It makes you feel like you're in a wild place, This is an island in sort of a sea of poverty, right? So there's very hungry people on the outskirts of the reserve and they're struggling.
Meat poaching is also quite a serious problem in the broader Zululand. When poachers come in and they put out snares, on average what we find in Somkhanda is the snare line will be about 40 to 45 snares. When the animal walks through it, its head and neck goes into it and then it tightens around the neck.
People who think they can attack our rhinos, we cannot tolerate this thing. The communities depend on the game reserve, the game reserve depend on the community. Let us teach the people to see the importance of our wildlife.
From the start, that's why our argument was Somkhanda has got to be a wildlife economy. It has got to be an engine for growth for the community.
Sibaphansi kwenze-maintenance, kodwa ngokuhamba kwesikhathi nginebe sengijoyina ngapha ke embuthweni wezokufikela ngigcine sengiloke sengisebenza khona-ke ngoba empilweni kuye kufuneka ukuthi uqhubeke kanjalo nesitewu.
There's no doubting the economic impact of having lions. It just elevates the park. There's only so few big five game reserves. Immediately it attracts people.
The first thing the guests ask when they came here, did you see the lion? When was the last time you see it? What was it doing? So I think it's made them happy, and that's what attracts a lot of tourists here.
To be, almost 10 years later, and to say lions are thriving in this reserve to such an extent that we have to worry about the genetic diversity, it's a great feeling, and we feel like we're doing something very successful for conservation and something that will really benefit the community as well.
When the opportunities come, they took the kids to the Kumbi communities to work here.
In the last 12 months, we've filled 48 positions. So there's 48 families that benefited from the reserve just from the direct job opportunity it created. So while we were busy with the lions, I got the message Pikani was chasing some meat poachers and they dropped 42 snares. So yeah, 42 snares were prevented from going into the bush. If you look at this cub that's playing with its mother there, that's what you want to see. That's success. Comes with lots of challenges, lots of hours in the bush, but it makes it worth the while and worth the effort.
Nyaka nonyaka njengamanje khona okwenzekayo ubona ukuthi kuyaqhubeka. Kwaba khona betrena nama-fit ranger khona ezothele besibile kwenzeka ukuhambeni isikhathi khona sesisakubona kwenzeka.
Most important thing about this specific area is just that geographic location. It's sort of like a critical piece in a long conservation corridor. What we're hoping to do is be a small nucleus of properties, 1 or 2, drop fences between them, show that it works. The truth is that it was the community themselves that should really get the credit for this. You know, the visionary people in that community that could stand up and convince the other people that really this is something that is going to leave a lasting legacy for our kids and their children. The idea is that these areas will forever be conserved and contribute to not just our national heritage, but at a global stage to conservation.